Okay, so get this, A12 and D-Ray, two high-level players, real cerebral battlers, had a match a while back. And yeah, Jumplift swept, total curveball. D-Ray don't talk about it. Moving on. Now they're running it back in a 12s team this time. It's stacked. He's got Specs Gengar, AV Hydrapple, Helmet Tox Apex, Specs Compi, AV Rotom Wash. Just pure stability and pressure. But the centerpiece, bro, Life Orb Iron Treads. This thing doesn't show up to play. It shows up to flatten. You see it roll in and you can hear the Doom music start. No setup, no stalling. Just click, click, boom. But here's what is cool, D-Ray's not walking into this blind. He's adjusted, prepping harder, building for answers. The guy's got instincts, man, battle tested, calm under pressure. So this isn't a revenge match. It's not a repeat. It's a recalibration. Two players who respect the game. One brought the fluff last time. Now he's bringing steel with consequences. That's Pokemon at its best. Man.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Okay, so D-Ray brought the muck. Little bit unfortunate. A lot of my game plan this week actually was coming down to me being able to get Toxic Spikes off with my Toxapex. So that's a little bit scary. Shoot, there was something which I expected. No to Dunsparce. That's the thing that I was expecting. That's very interesting is because that means my Gengar is very free to spam Shadow Balls. Also no Landorus is kind of interesting. I think my best lead is just lead Rotom. It's pretty safe on neutral against basically everything. And play from there. Just to get a little bit of initiative. I don't think that Muck's going to be T-Spikes. We have two like very good grounded poisons. I imagine that's why he brought the Muck. Things I need to be careful about is, since that is a Terra Electric Quackavolt, that kind of destroys my team if it is a triple axle. Is because I'm running a Terra Ghost Apple this week, specifically to be able to touch the Screamtail. Okay, so Screamtail leads. I should have led Gengar. No. Okay. This isn't what I wanted to see on lead. Shoot. I think I have to Volt Switch for damage and hope he doesn't get the early game rocks. These speed rocks are really annoying for my team. I didn't bring a spinner this week. I brought like purely offensive treads. This I thought treads would be like a good offensive piece here. This because, you know, ground steel coverage kind of hits him pretty hard, and it does have the Mega Horn for the potential Serena. As you do get rocks up, that's a little bit unfortunate. That's actually going to put a huge dampener into what my plan initially was going to be. So we get our Volt Switch off, we'll trip this, revealing he is like more specially defensive. I think this is a very free Treads turn here. And I'll probably just Heavy Slam, honestly. I mean, I could go Knockoff kind of aggressively, expecting the Rotom to come in, but at the same time, I do know that this can potentially run the Fire Blast. So I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to go raw Heavy Slam. My guess is what happens here is he either goes Rotom to Spin Block me, or he goes into the, or he stays in Fire Blast me for damage. Either or makes sense in this situation. Yeah, you do just Flamestorm me for damage. Does a little bit. So we got our Heavy Slam off. This should be able to kill. Yep. So that is a dead thingy, a dead Screamtail. So Screamtail gone. What you have left is basically your entire team, and I'm not going to be able to remove these hazards, so they're going to be quite the thorn into my team. Who do I think you go here? Rotom. This screams at your Colbur, but at the same time I feel like since you didn't bring the Dunsparce, you have to be Kasib here. It's because otherwise you really brought absolutely nothing for my Gengar. So I think I am just going to knock off this turn. And I'm expecting Kasib. That is a dead Rotom. Okay. What item was that? Citrus. Why would you be Citrus? I know. Maybe you didn't expect offensive treads. Yeah, you definitely couldn't have expected offensive treads. So you're going to think about this for a while. My guess is probably the Greninja comes in to try to revenge kill me. I'm sure you're running calcs. You see I'm like max offensive Iron Treads. And we will play from here. If the Serena comes in, do I just Mega Hornet for damage, honestly? It's kind of tempting. Yeah, Mega Horneting Serena would be tempting if it comes in here. I think the Greninja comes in, though. Serena. How much are my Mega Horns doing? If you're defensive, I do not kill. I think I go Pex here. Try to get the Rocky Helmet damage so I could slowly put this into the, slowly get this into my Mega Horn range. This speed, I do really like offensive treads here, just as a breaker. Triple kick, does a little bit of damage, lowers my attack. You do take the Rocky Helmet damage. I think this is a pretty free Toxic Spike turn, forcing the Muck at some point in the game. So, yeah. Even though he did bring the Ground Poison Muck, I do like the idea of creating a situation where he has to bring the Muck in to get rid of the Toxic Spikes. Oh, and is that the Muck? No, that is the Greninja. Okay. Okay. This is probably... This has to be running something. Does Greninja get anything did Toxapex? It does get a Psychic move, it looks like. How much does it do to my Pex is a question. Does it kill? Because I'm physically defensive Toxapex here. If you're Specs. Oh no, what if you're Protean, you kill? So I think I do just go Rotom. My Rotom's AV. My Rotom was specifically for the Landorus switch in that time. But it tracks the Greninja okay too. As we see a U-turn. He is Protean. Okay. I think what happens here is we likely see the Muck come out. And it's because he definitely wants to get rid of these T-Spikes. I'm not going to be able to hit the Muck very hard. The Muck's probably going to knock off me, I imagine. Oh, L5. Okay, yeah. So you remove my Toxic Spikes. I actually really don't switch into this well. Do I just discharge? No, it's if I just discharge, and he forces a situation where I have to Terra Apple, that Greninja CQ just used, I would only have Comfy to check it, and if he locks into a poison move, I wouldn't be able to do very much to it. Wait, actually, looking at what he has left, if this Muck is weakened, my Comfy goes big. This is an interesting turn. This might be a crazy play, but I'm gonna take my damage on this and play for the whatchamacallit. That's AB. That is AB. I'm gonna weaken this and go for the Comfy one. I think that's my best shot at winning. See a knockoff. So since we know this is AV, we can go out into our Buckaville kind of freely. Or we could just continue to discharge Para. You know, I kind of like the idea of keeping Rotom around as sack fodder. Sack fodder on what though? Actually, I don't like the idea of keeping Rotom around looking at his team. It's because I mean, yeah, without my Sulfest, this Rotom does absolutely nothing with what he has left. So, I think I'll just Hydro. As you withdraw. Okay. Maybe you didn't expect me to stay in. I went for Hydro. What did you go for? You went for Serena. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. So we get our big Hydro up. How much do I do? A little bit of damage. Not bad. I can always go Pex here. Which I think I might do. Like just full switch Pex. What if this is speed invested though? If this is speed invested, he'll kill my Rotom this turn. I'm max HP AB. So I think I am just gonna go raw Pex here. If you call it out, you call it out, good on you. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I just want this continual chip, and I want to keep forcing situations where that Muck has to come in. So, U-turn, okay. So this is definitely in Mega Horn range right now, which is really big. It's also in Heavy Slime range, which is really nice. So the next time I can get a free turn with my Iron Treads, I essentially get a kill. And I get to take my pick of the kill. So, Quackable, okay, yeah, fair enough. I'm going to go for a little bit of a crazy play. I'm going to go raw apple on this. Knowing I can take a +2 hit from it. And I can revenge kill with the Comfy after. I'm going to lose my apple, which is annoying. Okay, so you're sub. Good to know. So yeah, substitute makes sense. Are we going to see like... wait, let me think what moves it has to be. It has to be sub. It has to be Sword Stance. Yeah, it has to be Sword Stance here. Has to be Aqua Step. So sub, Sword Stance, Aqua Step. You can't afford the ice move here at all. Yeah, you can't afford the ice move. So I think I just Giga Drain. If you surprise me and go for the ice move, good on you. But I don't think this can... Oh, it's bulk up, not Sword Stance. Okay. But with Substitute, I don't think it can afford ice move at all in this matchup. So I think as long as I keep my Hydrapple Terra, he can't touch me. It's because this has 4 move slot syndrome right now. And if he is a triple axle, that's valuable information for me as well. It's because that means that this is not Aqua Step or Terra Blast. Which means either my Toxapex is just going to hard wall this if he isn't Terra Blast. And if he's not Aqua Step, I can always revenge kill with basically anything on my team. So Giga Drain we go. You can't be ice move here. With Substitute, it doesn't make any sense to run the ice move. Especially since with Hydrapple, it likes Terra a lot. So yeah. You're thinking about this for a while. This is a moment of truth. If you're ice move, you go for ice move here. I look like an idiot and lose my Hydrapple. But I don't think you can afford the ice move with Substitute. And indeed, you cannot afford the ice move with Substitute, as you switch out likely into the Muck. Indeed, the Muck comes out. Okay. And I do not think it's because this is AB Muck. I think this is the turn I sack Rotom to this Muck to try to get my Iron Treads in and get something going with that. So, goodbye, Rotom. You did absolutely nothing. I guess you paired the Muck, which is nice, and got a little bit of chip on it, but I don't know. That wasn't super valuable. I also need to keep track of the Greninja's turns to make sure it doesn't have a 4 move slot syndrome as well. So it is U-turn. Likely it's going to be extra sensory because you are Protean. And I don't know what the other moves will be. If you Drain Punch, kill my Rotom. Rip Rotom. But that's fine. This should give me a free Iron Treads turn, and we get to collect their kill. Defeat offensive Treads is offensive Treads, and it's kind of a monster. So out to Treads we go. We Earthquake and take whatever he wants to give us. If he wants to give us this, great. If he wants to give us this Arena, also great. If he wants to give us the Pokeball, I would be shocked. But we just Earthquake here. There's no reason to press anything else. It's because you're in a blender right now. You're on the back foot. You have to take a sack. As you withdraw, likely going to be the Serena coming in. Kirby, yeah, the Serena came in. But that's fine. We get a valuable chip on this. As an Earthquake, another Earthquake should probably kill this. Wait, I want to run the calc first to make sure. Yeah, Earthquake just guarantees kills at this range. So Earthquake we go. So, Serena down. What you have left is Quackable, Muck, and Greninja. So our Treads is looking absolutely amazing here. Like, just in general. I think we see the Gren. Indeed, the Greninja comes out. And I don't want to sack this because this is a great way to pressure the thingy. So I'm just going to go out into my Toxapex. Sorry, this is a great way to pressure the Muck. And I can use Toxapex to force the Muck in with Toxic Spikes. So you Dark Pulse, okay. I'll find out if this is Specs damage or if it is Life Orbed. That doesn't look like Specs damage. And it's not Life Orbed. Let's see. I'm going to run the calc to make sure that I do not die to a... wait, no, I shouldn't die. It's because you burned Protean. Also, I need to keep track of turns. So this is Dark Pulse, U-turn, Extra Sensory. The last move could be an Ice Beam. Wait, no, the last move... can it? Yeah, the last move probably could be an Ice Beam. I think I just recover here on the probable Extra Sensory. As you withdraw, okay, fair enough. Are we going to see Quack? Are we going to see... We do see the Quack, but he showed his hand too early. He shouldn't have showed me sub. The second he showed me sub, that told me immediately he could not be Ice move on it. So, there's nothing you can do to touch a Terran Hydrapple. Unless he really surprises me. As he doubles his speed, yeah, he knows that I know he isn't the Ice move. Does he go that? Fair enough. But the thing is, I can take a sack, bring out my treads, and collect a kill. This is AV. You know, since it's AV, this is actually a pretty free pex to Toxic Spikes. Dude, what are you gonna do to me? I mean, I didn't run the calc, but I assume it's AV because my discharge did so little and I'm offensive Rotom. Does your knockoff? You eat my Rocky Helmet chip. And I am going to get up Toxic Spikes this turn. As I indeed do enjoy myself a good Toxic Spike. And hopefully that we will get to poison that Greninja when it comes in. Or poison the Quackavolt when it comes in. So you're paralyzed. Okay. Maybe if you're I'm pretty sure this is AB though off that Rotom damage. So I don't think you're in infestation like Curset. And even if you are, I can just haze. You would have to be... Wait, let me think this through before I make like a game throwing play. If you are in infestation, curse, taunt, you cannot afford knock. You already revealed knock and drain punch. And if you are a curse, infestation, taunt set, you can't afford those two moves. So I am free to Sludge Bomb here. You can't touch me. So you withdraw. Some things either going to get poisoned or just get chunked. You go out the Greninja. Okay. Are you Boots? Looks like you are a Boots Greninja. Good to know. Does Extra Sensory kill me at this range? If I know you're Boots, you're not Life Orbed. Nor are you Expert Belt. So Greninja into Toxpex. I should just keep this calc saved. You do 66% max, and I am at 219. I am at 72%, so I always take this hit. So I think I do just Sludge Bomb here, just because you don't kill me. As you do an Extra Sensory, revealing you're that set, but that's fine. We do take the hit. We get a Sludge Bomb off. We could play for poisons. We do get the poison. That's very nice. So the Greninja is essentially out of the game right now. Do I sack the Pex here? I don't think I have to sack Pex. I mean, you're Extra Sensory. So you can't afford to be poison move. It's because you revealed 3 moves and your last move has to be either Ice Beam or Surf, I imagine. Ice Beam for Hydrapple, Surf for the Treads. Because otherwise you can't touch Treads besides just start pulsing. So I am going to go out into my Comfy here. I'm Specs. Yeah, I just called myself Specs because I felt like it was kind of obvious I would bring Specs Comfy into this matchup. I should be able to take an Extra Sensory. As you U-turn. Okay, fair enough. What do you U-turn out into is the question. Probably the Muck. Yeah, probably it has to be the Muck to remove my T-Spikes. Indeed, Muck comes in. Toxic Spikes go away. I can trick this. Steal is a Sulfest, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to U-turn. Bring out my... What am I bringing out? Bring out my Pex. He can't touch Pex, and it's a free turn of Toxic Spikes. Or do I go Gengar aggressively? No reason to make really any aggressive plays at this point. I mean, my Gengar looks good here, but I like it as like a good way to nuke the Quackable. This is an AV. What? Wait. That's crazy. Wait, how could he not be AV? And Rotom does that little. This has to be max specially defensive then. Damn. And you're gonna knock here. Shit. I don't have an Ox switch. I think this is a turn I sack Vex. Yeah, this is a turn I sack Vex. As you switch. Okay, that caught me off guard. I thought you were going to kill my Pex there. And you switch out into the Quackable. Am I going to get Sludge Bomb poison? Show me Sludge Bomb poison. That looks very defensive. Okay. So I feel like Apple's free here. It's because you can't be a fighting move either. It's because you need Aqua Step for the speed boost, and you need Terra Electric for the Pex. And you already revealed sub bulk up. So Apple just completely walls this no matter what he wants to go for. I mean, he might actually double out into the muck again. It's because this plays so obvious on my end. I think we're probably going to see the bulk up. As you just Terra Blast, that's going to do nothing. Quad resist, let's go. Big Apple. And since I quad resist what I assume are both the stabs, I'm going to go for the Fickle Beam. Yeah, it's because you can't touch me. You have to switch out Muck, and I can nuke the Muck. It's because you revealed it's not AV, it's just especially defensive. So 05 the Muck comes in. I'm going to Fickle Beam. I don't get the max hit. Don't get the kill. Is your Citrus? Maybe a Yappa Berry? No, Citrus Berry. Okay. I think this is kind of a checkmate situation for him. I don't see a way out of this for him. It's because even if he does kill my... Even if he does kill my Pex, all I do is bring out Treads, collect a kill, and from there, I don't think he would have enough tools to beat my Hydro Apple. Yeah. We're probably going to see a taunt come out. As you double, yeah, fair enough. But I have regen, so I'm recovering more than these rocks are doing. As you go this... Oh, this force is an annoying 50-50. Do I think you Ice Beam or do I think you Extra Sensory? If you Ice Beam, take... Actually, no, I have no reason to risk it. I have a healthy Comfy. And yeah, I have a healthy Comfy. No reason to risk it. I'm fine if Comfy goes down. It doesn't do a whole lot in this matchup. Extra Sensory, that might take out my Comfy, honestly. It doesn't quite. I think I just She-Turn, bring out Treads, collect my kill. And then win with Gengar. Sounds like a good way to win the game. As you withdraw, yeah, it's because you had to withdraw there. You didn't really have much of a choice. You go this. I click my U-turn. And I just go Treads, collect my kill. Actually, do I go Treads here is the question. Is you probably bring Greninja out and get me to KO myself Slight Orb. Maybe Gengar Supply. Yeah, I think Gengar Supply. It's because I should be able to do a decent amount of this. I mean, it's Specs Gengar. And also, once this is chipped, I'm pretty sure, like, my Comfy or Hydro Apple will win the game. Get this Buff drop, doesn't really matter, but nice. Knockoff. It doesn't kill. Wow. I thought that would for sure would kill. I mean, you're probably sneak here. Wait, let me think once again his sets. Taunt. Knockoff was revealed. Drain Punch was revealed. Taunt, Knockoff, Drain Punch. So you're either Poison Jab or Shadow Sneak in that last slot. I'm willing to risk it. I mean, no reason not to. As we do take out the Muck. So did Muck. What you have left is Quackable and Greninja. Imagine you go Quackable here. You know, I think no matter what, Apple wins at this point. So we move on to the next stage of PPL. That was a kind of a scary game, but we managed to maneuver that. Your last two moves are electric and water. You can't touch my Apple. Yeah, fair enough, but Big Apple wins these. I can just kind of go for Giga Drains freely. Don't even have to Terra. Yeah, you go for sub, but I think this is just kind of Giga over. So, Big Apple goes big, indeed. I think he's just kind of delaying the inevitable, which is just Apple always wins this game. So, I may honestly cut it out of the battle speed. It's just so painfully obvious which is going to happen right now, which is that he's either going to continue to go for subs and try to whittle me down, but it's not going to do anything. Okay. Up step he go. Giga Drain, do a little bit of chip. I may honestly Fickle for the kill. I don't think another Giga Drain is going to kill at this range. So we move on to the next stage of NX. I have no idea how many games are left or who we're going to be playing, but it's going to be interesting for sure. I'm just going to go Pickle for the secured kill. Fizz, yeah, you're Aqua Step. That was a very weird Quackable sort of bringing to me. I mean, I get it. It's because Apple, like, Terra's 90% of the time it comes, oh, we get the max hit, let's go. But I opted not to Terra Apple here because once he revealed Substitute, that kind of showed his hand a little bit of what his head had to be. Now, this I actually don't know if it's Ice Beam or not, so I am going to Terra on this. Ice Beam will take me out here, and I mean, may as well go for the diff. So I'm Terran. Just in case it's Ice Beam, it's because you can afford to be Ice Beam in this matchup. It would make sense. So, big Terra. We did Dark Pulse anyways, so it's fun. As you do go for the Dark Pulse. No, you got me. It shouldn't kill though. Yeah, it doesn't kill. Apple's a monster. And we don't get flinch. So, good game. See you guys in the next round of PPL NX.